What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night. You know what time it is? It's happy hour with your boy Hendrix. So tonight's show is things that make you go, hmm. Now, with that being said, of course, I'm gonna have my best repertoire of music. I'm gonna pull something out the vault to keep the vibe going. But as always, share with me what you're sipping on, what you're drinking on, what you're smoking on, whatever it is. It's all good. Um, and I will be vibing with you tonight as we discuss some things that make you go, hmm. Now, with this being said, um, I don't really know where to begin because there are a lot of things that make me go, hmm. Now, one thing that's very, very certain is that we are in an election cycle. Now, I'm not the one to go in on politics and stuff by myself, but all I'm going to say is this. Please make sure you are registered to vote. And if you are not registered to vote and you need to know where to register to vote, it's really easy. You can Google it for your city, for your state. I know in Texas, October 5th is the last day to register to vote. So, with it being the 23rd, if you haven't made that move, you need to go ahead and make that move. So, um, the election's coming up. I'm not going to try and sway anybody's vote one way or the other. It really comes down to a certain few things for most people. Are you better now than you were 4 years ago? And do you feel like you would be in a better position 4 years from now if there were a change? No. As same time, you have to look at your demographic as a whole and figure out where you want to be, where you are, and where you're trying to go. And again, these are some things that make you go, hmm, just something to ponder as we get into tonight. And of course, we're going to discuss a bunch of other things, but that's first. Make sure you register to vote. Make sure you're making yourself aware of what is actually on the ballot, who is actually on the ballot, and what they actually stand for. So people have again own mindset, own logic, and that's cool, fine. I respect it because at the end of the day, how you vote in that booth is your choice. Um, some people argue that, hey, I'm not going to vote. Um, for minorities, I don't understand that. For women, I do not understand that because there are several people that died, were put in jail, and lost their lives for us to be able to have this right. Now, if it wasn't so important, why would people put their lives on the line? Ask yourself that question. Why would people put their lives on the line if voting was not important? Voter suppression is real. So, again, think about that. While we get into a little bit of this, gonna hit you with some Luke Nasty. Might be. Now I'll be back. Let's vibe with me. Again, tell me what you're sipping on, what you're smoking on, because your boy want to know. Wait.
Hey, what kind of feeling that you might be? Do I turn you on? You can tell me if I'm wrong. Girl, I think you might be. And she don't need smoke, but she swear I got that dope dick. Love it when I fuck her in her. Hey, high sex is the best sex. Whenever she stressed, she just wanna get. Well, get high, baby. Get high, baby. Is you rolling? I might be. You the shit, you the sugar, honey, iced tea. What I got a here for? You know I'm an info. On my Marshawn Lynch, you know what I'm here for. Hey, ride through the city and get Take you to the crib and have one hell of a night. It's ironic cause we on cloud. Girl, make up your mind. Is you mine or you mine? Hey, any what I'm drinking, she got Remy in a cup. She break down the wig, I break down the Dutch. Body like J-Lo after she had enough. She called contact, now she's trying to fuck. I got a feeling that you might be. Do I turn you on? You can tell me if I'm wrong. Girl, I think you might be. And she don't need smoke, but she swear I got that dope dick. Love it when I fuck her and I'm. Hey, hot sex is the best sex. Whenever she stressed, she just wanna get. Well, get high, baby. Get high, baby.
All right, that's Luke Nasty. You might be. Again, just something. Again, tonight's show is things that make you go, hmm. Now, you talk about, voting a minute ago. I also want to talk about racial tensions in this country. Not gonna go deep into it, just surface level real quick. But again, it's to ponder thoughts, to spark your mental game and your mental engine to start just turning and churning a little bit. Um, if you think about what's up, Cleveland? I see you, bro. Yeah, and sorry, I got interrupted, but Cleveland, TC, Marcus, they got this barbecue spot that I need to get to the south side and try out. So yeah, Playboy, I'm gonna holler at you this weekend though, for sure. I'm gonna come through, pick me up a plate. So, keep something good for me. Keep your top notch ready for me this weekend, because I'm gonna swing through. Uh Racial injustice in this country. Um, Again, high level. If we look at numbers and we look at crime in this country, and then you look at where police forces are mainly focused, the numbers don't add up. Why is this? You have areas that are high crime rates. However, if you look at crime in general, it is one of those things that the numbers don't add up. Now, if you have a bunch of data, you can skew that data to say whatever you want it to. Here's the problem. I want all the data. Provide me all the facts and allow me to make my own interpretation of what's actually going on. However, if you ever notice, they won't provide you all the data. And when I say they, I'm talking about the sources, whether it's media or it's, police departments. They will not provide you with all the data. They will provide you with what they want you to have to help sway your opinion a certain way. Now, that's not good. And have you ever wondered why that only small amount of data is allowed to get out? This is because, again, when you manipulate numbers, you can make those numbers say whatever you want them to. This is why it's important to do your own research. Now, you'll hear me talk about some things from time to time, but one thing I will never do is say, take my word. If you listen to me, I will always ask you to do one thing: research the information for yourself and then come up with your own conclusion. This is the great thing I love about being a scientist, because the scientific method teaches us that if we have a hypothesis and we execute an experiment, at the end of the experiment, sometimes our hypothesis was incorrect. This is nothing to be mad about. However, what it does teach you to do is take out your bias and look at the data. Now, we can extrapolate that and apply that same thought process to several things going on in the world right now. Mainly us in the US, this pandemic that's had us on lockdown since late February. We can look at injustice in the country. We can take it and look at our current political cycle, or just politics in general. But again, use the data and make your own determination. Now, when you do research, this is one key fact. You cannot just take one source and use that as, hey, this is the end all be all. Again, one of the things about science is it's great because it teaches you something else. If you cannot repeat an experiment and get the same results, then your data and your experiment is probably invalid, and it needs to be researched more because there's apparently some variables that you did not account for. Now, you can take that and apply it however you wish. But again, the scientific method holds steady. That's one thing that doesn't change. It doesn't change with politics. It doesn't change with who the president is. It doesn't change with who the mayor is. It doesn't change on your feelings that day. It's black and white. The data leads you to where you need to be. Okay? Now, let's get into some other music because I also want to know what y'all sipping on, what y'all drinking on, what you're guzzling on, whatever you're doing. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. It's happy hour. We halfway there. We made it halfway. We got 2 days to go. Tomorrow is Friday evening. So with that being said, I do want to get into something. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I just want to. I'm gonna go back a little bit, but I'm gonna change up the vibe just ever so slightly. And Young Jock, Flip Flop. Hold on, ride with me for a minute. Shimmy on your swamp thing from Razoo's. I feel you.
Custom bucket seats, baby, I knew you would. Chevrolet drop top, do a lot of things with the top drop. I see you floating like a boss, babe. And the shit make me wanna break you off, babe. What it is, what's on your mind? Fresh out, putting the top of climb. I'm blowing on the pine, down Martin Luther King. I'm looking like a king, but the shit is so clean. Them J's on clean, check my gangster lane. Gorillas in my trunk, so you know just how I be. The peanut butter touch, so fresh is what I'm used to. Hit the turbo booster, commit to throw the deuce up. Paint still dripping like it's fresh up out the shower. 12 in the cup, couple shots of blood power. I rip that 4-5, flat lands, ADB. I skate off in the wind, south side, shady P, shady P. Flip flop, carry drop, doing J's with the sauce. Fresh shitty on my head. Chronic sauce with the leather.
Yeah, Young Jock, Flip Flop. So, I see you. So, yeah. So Shimmy on her swamp thing from Razoo's. Marcus on some vodka and Sprite. Marcus, what happened, bro? Jim Beam straight, cute, you and that Jim Beam. Now, I do have a question for Marcus. Bro, what happened to you, man? We used to be dark drinkers. Like, we used to drink dark liquor, like Hennessy. What happened? When you make the switch? I think you need to go hang around TC a little bit longer. Get back on the dark list. Don't switch over, bro. Don't no. We can't do that. We from Keystone Pope, bro, player. You can't be sipping on no vodka and Sprite. You lost your step. Now, if you gotta get up early for work in the morning, I can understand because it is the middle of the week. I get that. However, bro, come on now. We Hennessy, we yak drinkers. Come on now. Rum and Coke. No, I can't. Okay, you still on the crown? Okay. All right, we cool then, play. I just checking on you, bro. Just checking on you. Got love for you. We go way back. So I'm down like 4 flat tires, but I just gotta check on it. So what other things that I want to talk about is, you know, as it says, things that make you go, hmm. Now, one of the things that has one of the things that has really gotten me here the last couple of days, I've had a string of bad luck. You know, stuff just happening left and right. Battery dies, flat tire. I tore up 2 pair of shoes in one day. Um, just and these were my J's too, Jordans. And if y'all know me, I love my J's, but walked up out of 2 pair of shoes, flat tire, dead battery, just all kinds of stuff just going all the way wrong. Um, but it made me step back and think, right? So so one of the things that I thought about was, we all go through ups and downs in life. However, what we also need to think about is every journey has its ups and its downs, right? But if we get caught up in those down moments and we just wallow in them and we never push forward, it won't ever get better. You got to think about the duality of life, right? You have to have light to have dark. You have to have good to have bad. And the way I see it is I can't appreciate the good and the light without a little bit of the bad. Sometimes it's necessary. Hell, even the earth goes through a regular cycle of day and night. Um, Shimmy said, I just need to slow down. Well, Shimmy, I, I don't know about slowing down because I only know one speed. Go. That's the only speed I know. If I slow down, I'm asleep. That's just me. But one of the things that I realized is that if you wallow in your sorrow and your sadness or whatever's going on that has you down, you're not going to move forward. You have to use those dark times to reset, heal, rest, and actually just remember. I and Lab Rat has it right. There could be a blessing on the other side. I don't know. I always try to look at it like this. I'm going through this for a reason. Whatever I'm going through, there has to be a reason because I've touched too many people's lives for my life not to mean anything. I have, people that have been on my teams where I've been their manager, their supervisor, or even I've been their subordinate. We still stay in contact and we bounce ideas off of each other. We help each other find jobs. Um, but it is what it is. And what I was thinking about was if we get so caught up and wrapped up in the bad stuff that we go through, we can't appreciate the good stuff. And then on top of that, if we get bogged down, we can't push through and get to your breakthrough. Because usually, just on the other side of when it's completely dark, that's when the sun starts to rise, right? It's always darkest right before the sunrise. So you got to think about that. When you're starting to get in all these, you're starting to feel down, you're getting beat up by life, stop and just remember that it's for a purpose. Purpose may not be made clear at all immediately, or maybe, 2, 3 days, or 2, 3 years, 2, 3 months. You never know. But there is a purpose for everything that's happening in your life. So step back, relax, and then just say, hey, I can make it through this. I've been through some tough times. Like a lot of y'all know, I have lupus, and you know, it's coming up on my 7 year anniversary of when I was diagnosed. And I started really thinking about the life that I've led prior to and the life that I lead now. They're dramatically different. But that transition phase was very difficult. But I already knew that if I push through, I could get better. Am I where I want to be? Nope. But am I better than what I was? Absolutely. So, with that, I just want to provide some encouragement. So, whatever you're going through, just know this: You ain't the only one. You're not the first, and you definitely won't be the last. So with that being said, push on. Um, so I'm gonna try and switch it up. I like to dabble in some music, but I don't know. I want to try something different tonight. Um, and I just got like this strange vibe, but I don't know. I'm gonna roll with it. So I'm gonna roll up with Wiz Khalifa. So here we go. And again, where you smoke at? Where you drink? What you got? Mm.
I'll roll up, I'll roll up, I'll roll up, shorty, I'll roll up, I'll roll up, I'll roll up. It's your anniversary, isn't it? And your man ain't acting right. So you packing your dumb gear luggage up, calling my cell phone, trying to catch a flight. You know one thing straight, I'll be there, girl, whenever you call me. When you at home, that's your man. Soon as you land, you say it's all me. The shit ain't all G with him, no more. You ain't entertained. Since I met you a couple months ago, you ain't been the same. Not saying I'm the richest man alive, but I'm in the game. As long as you keep it 100, I'ma spin his chain. Whenever you need me, you want me, you got me. I'll be there shortly. What you trying to say? Know me, I can be your best friend, I can be my homie. I ain't gon' flex, I'm not gon' front. If I fall, then we all gon' stun. See my way, she ain't got to hold up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up. I'll roll up, I'll roll up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up. I'll roll up, I'll roll up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up. I try to stay at your business, but on the rig it's so obvious. And if you keep fitting me in your plans of fucking up, your man's gonna get on us. That white stands surrounding us. He be handcuffed and he should work for the officers. If you rollin', I got a spot where I can put you on this medical and send you home doctored up. You wanna ride with me cause you say that he boring. Wake up, you rollin' weed, cooking next in the morning. Instead to spend this money, I know I make more of it. First you was in the sky, now you say you was orbit. I'll be there shortly. So what your friends say, they don't know me. I can be your best friend, you can be my homie. I ain't gon' flex, I'm not gon' front. Don't fall, then we all gon' stun. See my way, she ain't got to hold up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up. I'll roll up, I'll roll up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up. I'll roll up, I'll roll up. Whenever you call, baby, I'll roll up.
Yeah. So that's Wiz Khalifa. I roll up. Oh man. I know y'all. Oh, Shimmy, she said she has some edibles. Hey, I ain't mad at you, sweetie. Hey, however you get it how you feel. Um, but I always wondered, talking about edibles, you know, people have certain ideas about marijuana. Now, I can understand the need to restrict it to certain age groups, kind of like we do alcohol, tobacco. uh, appreciate it, Omar. Appreciate it. Um, I can feel the need for people to do their own thing, and I get where marijuana is kind of like a taboo topic, but again, I let science lead me to what I believe. Um, no one has ever overdosed on marijuana. Now you might get hungry, you might eat up your whole fridge. That's true. You might get lazy, you might sleep a lot. That's true. Um, you know, these things happen. Rolling up now. Hey, do your thing. I ain't mad at you. But have you ever wondered why marijuana was made illegal? Here's something you don't know. Go all the way back to Benjamin Franklin. And he had a paper company. And I appreciate the comments, y'all. I appreciate it. But like I was saying, back on topic. Um, Benjamin Franklin had a paper company, and he did not want to compete with hemp. So hemp and marijuana are very, very similar. It's kind of like a Cadillac and a Tahoe and an Escalade. Damn near same, minor differences, but that's just how it is. Um, However, nobody has ever overdosed, and then you wonder why it was made illegal. It's about money, y'all. A lot of things happen because of money, either for money or the lack of money. Money is a motivator. This is why they say, money is the root of all evil. Because if you follow evil, there's usually a paper trail. When I say paper, I'm talking about money. So think about that. Marijuana, is it a drug? Debatable, but it all depends on how you define drug. So technically, it is a plant that if you should happen to combine it and light it up and inhale it, it provides some certain effects. Now, these effects can be good, bad, or indifferent. All depends on the person. And I'm not an advocate for underage anything. So let's get that clear. Underage, I made it very clear. Nope, you got to be of age. But what you also need to understand is why something is illegal and why is marijuana a Schedule 1 drug. Think about that. Marijuana is a Schedule 1 drug that, well, as far as the U.S. is concerned, is listed as a Schedule 1 drug, which means you get more time for marijuana than you do for cocaine or meth. Think about that. Cocaine and meth are synthetic. These drugs are in and out of your system within 36 hours. Again, you can look it up, verify. Marijuana is natural and it interacts with your body. Cocaine and meth are not. And this is why they flow through your body so quickly. But there's a reason that marijuana is not legal in the US. And a lot of it has to do with money. I guarantee you, as soon as certain people come around and understand the money that's behind it and understand that, the US and all the debt that we're in could actually make a huge dent in that debt if they legalize marijuana and just put an age restriction on it and treat it just like they do alcohol. Can't drink and drive. Can't smoke and drive. Can't be under the influence and drive. You can't be drunk when you go to work. You can't be high when you go to work. But hey, when you get off work, you're sitting at home like we're doing tonight. You want to spark up? Cool. You want to have your little sippy sip? Cool. As long as you get it to work, go to work in the morning, hey, make it do what it do, right? But again, if you are one of those people that are on the fence, or if you're skeptical about it, do the research. Now, when I say do the research, what do I mean? You have to look at both sides, for and against, right? Because you have to look at things from an unbiased opinion. And for a lot of people, that's hard to do. As a scientist, not so hard. I'm used to taking my feelings and emotions out and then looking at the hard data in front of me. Now, what this also requires you to do is read quite a bit. A lot of people in the US don't like to read. Now, there are some people that just take people's word for what they say. Some people make promises and say, hey, well, this is the way things should happen. And then soon as the roles reverse, they switch up. These are the people you got to watch out for. People that only want to have the advantage. Those are people, keep your eye on them. Those are fuckers I wouldn't trust. If 2 weeks ago, well, it's this way because of X, Y, and Z. But then situations change where today it's now, oh no, now it needs to be this way because of X, Y, and Z. Well, you just said 2 weeks ago that this is the reason. Now you switching it. When people have a moving target, there is a clear reason that they have this moving target. Is to keep them in power. These are people you got to call on their bullshit. Anybody that's ever dealt with me knows, good, bad, or indifferent. If I set a standard, that's what the standard is. And if I'm wrong, hold me to it, call me out. But that's what respectable people do. When you have respect for yourself, and especially if you're a leader, you have to understand that real leaders understand that they serve those that they are leading. That's what a real leader does. Real leader doesn't have to be at the forefront all the time. A real leader helps those that they're leading to become better and to potentially become the leader, so they can step back and say, hey, your turn, you got it. I'm going to sit back here. I'll provide guidance, but I'm going to sit back. You lead now. Another thing about leadership, if you ever watch animals and how they operate, the leader of the pack, the leader of the flock, the leader of whatever group of animals you always see, never in the front. They're always at the back. They're making sure that the people that they're leading or the group that they're leading is taken care of, and they got their eye on everybody. They can see everything. Real leader spot is in the back. Don't have to be up front. Don't need the spotlight. But, us as humans, we get caught up in our feelings and emotions. Then shit goes south because you set these moving targets that nobody can hit, and it's only advantageous to the ones making the rules. Sound familiar? But hey, ain't gonna go there. Ain't gonna call nobody out particular. But think about that, right? They changed the rules up to be advantageous to them all the time. And as long as the rules don't apply to them, they cool. There's a lot of people talking about law and order. But it's funny, those same people talking about law and order are usually the ones crying government overreach when the laws and the order apply to them. But hey, it is what it is. So, with that being said, I don't know. I'm gonna listen to something else, but I do wanna. I know this. I've played this before, but I just really vibe with this song. So here it is again. T.I. Top Back, the remix. Oh, let's go.
Della Creme, homie. Chef, I let my beat down low, down low, down low, down low, down low, down low, down low. I like my top laid back, laid back, laid back, laid back, laid back, laid back. Hey, I like if you like your beat down low. You sound right. You know what this is, nigga. 3 days, nigga. Yeah, what up? I'm just hey. Keep that thing up on my waist. It's talking reckless, let them say it to my face. Yeah, I almost caught a cake. It's the real, it's a bad fresh. That's when I said like 28. It just got me sitting so high. I straight up through the clouds. Goddamn, I'm in the sky. Yeah, my 87 tone. Goddamn it, I'm flying. Bet you anything won't never make a try. Same color as the sun. With that hate today, he can't back shit. Tell him back of that. Niggas rapping, look at rap again. Goddamn, my money sick. Hey, I need to see a doctor. Black on black, they call it Phantom of the Opera. Living live, drop top. I call it Sprite. When I pull out the garage, you can call it a night. I like my teeth down. In my top, see me ride with a wood. Shop head, like you're getting wood. Hey, you're top of that. If you're real, sit high. Hey, yo, what the bitch? Like I like my teeth down. In my top, see me ride with a wood. Shop head, like you're getting wood. Hey, you're top of that. If you're real, sit high. Hey, yo, what the bitch? My trunk gon' break the damn road. Gon' ride through the hood with apes of damn road. I'm 27 tall, but them apes are damn road. Bitches know they see the platinum is straight like grandpa. Straight the shit out.
Hold up, man. I gotta stop because I will get carried away on that one. I really like this song. But I did want to share something with y'all. Um, I don't want to get too heavy, but I have to acknowledge two things. Um, no, Breonna Taylor, just a sad, sad situation. Um, and with that being said, also, we had RGB pass, Supreme Court Justice. Uh, oh yeah, Q remind everybody we're on Twitch now. I don't really know what Twitch is. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old to know, but hey, it is what it is. But you know, it's sad that life in this country is not um respected. And it's not just the country, it's really the world. And it's a sad, sad thing. We have to start respecting life. Now, one of the things about respecting life is you also have to protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. Um, so protect you and yours. Um, I don't talk, not advocating violence, but make sure that you can protect you and yours. Now, you do that however you see fit. Some people believe in alarms. That's cool and fine. Nothing wrong with that. However, some people like to take things in their own hands. Now, again, to each his own. But with that being said, make sure you're ready. So, ready to protect you and yours. Again, don't go out looking for no drama. But if drama should come to my house, best believe we ready. Okay? I'm not saying that as a threat, not trying to egg anybody on. That's not what I'm doing. All I'm saying is make sure you ready with whatever you need to make it happen. Cap. So take that for how you want. But you also have to make sure that you understand that protecting yourself also comes with responsibility. And this is where I need everyone to understand. It's good to be able to own guns, but you should do it legally. All your weapons should be legal. If you're going to carry your, you know, firearm with you, you should be licensed to carry. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. People say, "Oh, you shouldn't have to go through a background check." No, you should have to go through a background check. I believe in that. Background checks are good. Um, However, don't be one of these people that run out looking for trouble. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like old boy up in what was it, St. Louis somewhere, could run out his house. Nobody was even on his property. Him and his wife run out the house with guns. What good did that do you? What did you really prove? Now, if somebody should happen to break the threshold and cross into your home, another story. At that point, they're in your home, free will to do what you need to do to protect you and your family. But why are you running outside? That don't make no sense. Don't. What I have learned in my years of gun ownership is that certain people use firearms as a way to, oh, there we go. Happy fail. Uh, Certain people use firearms to circumvent a shortcoming in their life. Some people use material things to make up for and fill a void within themselves. You can't do that. You have to figure out what's really going on with you. This is where mental health plays a critical part in your development and well being as a human. If your mental health is not well, then there are certain things you can do. Some people say, oh, go to church and pray. That's an option. Some people say, seek a therapist. That's an option. Some people say, oh, you should meditate. That's an option. These are all viable options. And these are not the only options. What you need to do is figure out what works best for you and stop using materialistic things to fill a void within you that did not. Yes, you're right. He did not even know how to hold his weapon. You're absolutely correct. And his wife had her finger on the trigger. And any basic gun training will tell you that you do not touch that trigger until you're ready to shoot. This is why they have trigger guards. But back to what I was saying. You need to figure out what's wrong with you and figure out what that void is. And self reflection is very, very difficult. It's not an easy thing to do. And anybody tells you that they're good at it, don't believe them because self reflection is a huge, huge struggle. And nobody's perfect at it. Everybody can give each other tips, but nobody has a one right way to do it. So, what you have to do, at least my advice is take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mix it all up, and come up with a solution that works for you. Because at the end of the day, the concern should be getting your mental health together. Now, with that being said as well, stop using other people to fill those voids. And this goes for men and women. I shouldn't say that. This goes for males and females because men and women don't do these things. Males and females, stop using other people to make yourself feel better. Fellas, if you know that you're hurt from a previous relationship, take some time and heal. Women ain't going nowhere. They'll be there. Stop. Don't try and run through everything with a skirt on. Not worth it. Right? If you put that same energy and effort into trying to date 5 women, if you put that energy and effort into one woman, playboy, you're gonna be surprised with what you get. I'm just saying. Little advice, old school, but just a little advice. Instead of trying to date 5 women, date one woman 5 times as better as you previously could. Watch what you get. Ladies, stop trying to use these men as status symbols. It's no good. What does it matter how much a man makes? What does it matter how tall he is? What is any of this? It's really just trivial. Because what happens is you will miss out on a good man looking at the wrong things. Fellas, you miss a good woman looking at the wrong things. You may want that model, but that model may come with a whole bunch of baggage. Ladies, you may want that dude driving $1 million car, but do you want all of his attention or that money? All I'm saying is make sure that what you're seeking is really good for you. Not only that, are you able to reciprocate what you want? So don't look for somebody making 6 figures if you working at McDonald's. Not saying that it can't happen. Nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, but you need to be equally yoked, right? So you can't have somebody that's a CEO and here you are, hourly worker, and nothing's wrong with either role. However, you're going to have a lifestyle that neither one can really get into. So you have to make sure you're equally yoked. Again, there's a multitude of different items you need to look at. However, we all get caught up on the physical so quickly. Get past that because looks are going to change. No, if you knew me, I don't know. See, if you knew me like 13, 14 years ago in the early 2000s, my hair was on my shoulders. I was wearing a press and curl. Now I'm bald. Looks change. Physical features change. But the core of a person, that's what's critical. That's what's important. That's what you need to look for. Get past the physical part. And then nowadays, women spending all this money on fake breasts, butts, legs, eyes. For what? If a man wants you physically, that's all he's gonna want from you. If you put that vibe out physically where you're half naked all the time, that's all they're gonna want from you. They're only gonna want sex because that's what you present. You have to understand this about men. Men are visual creatures. We are. But you really get to know a woman, I'm gonna tell you right now, the right woman will look good in some sweats and a t-shirt. She don't have to get made up for you. She'll look just as good in sweats and a t-shirt as she does if she's walking the red carpet. Wouldn't matter. I'm just saying. Oh, Bell. There you go. Bell on that one. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the night. We've been on for 45 minutes, and I appreciate y'all. This y'all know me in real life. Most of y'all know I'm not really a people person. I don't like to be in the center of attention. I don't like the spotlight. The reason I've been doing my solo show is because it's twofold, really. Give y'all some good music, see what y'all getting into. Also, little therapy session, so I can get to talk to you, kind of, sort of, and get some stuff off my chest, free up my head. Um, Now, don't get me wrong, it's taxing. It is taxing. However, after the show, I always feel better, and I hope you feel better too. Um, so I'm gonna get ready to make my exit, but before I do, I just want to remind everybody about because Q make me do it. It's not because Q made me do it, Shimmy. I actually like doing my solo show. And speaking of Shimmy, Monday night, you got Monday Night Madness with Shimmy. You got Wednesday nights with me. You got Thursdays, MTG After Dark. Q got it scrolling down around at the bottom of the screen. Boy, he a beast on this. Uh, you know, every now and then we're gonna bring you Tipsy Tuesday. But please watch out. MTG has a lot in store for the rest of the year and then for 2020. So just be on the watch out. We got some stuff coming and we're gonna change up some stuff. But before I get ready to go, I just want to hit you with one more song. And I don't know. I'm trying to just get this vibe. And I can't help it because I just gonna play what I want to play because it's my show. I'm gonna do it my way. Um, Paul Wall, Patron. Yeah, it's Tipsy Tuesday with Shimmy 2.0. Okay, well, she got too many name switches. I don't know. They be making these shows all complicated with the name. Look, Monday, every now and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'll figure it out. You come to the page, you subscribe, you put the notification on. So when we go live, you get the notifications, then you're good. You ain't got to worry about the schedule. You just get the notification, it pops up, bing, you click on it, bam, you get to enjoy the show with the crew. Let's make it easy. So if you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever the case is, subscribe. We drop new content, you get notified, boom, you're in there. So before we go, give you a little bit of Paul Wall. I'm on Patron. Yep.
What it do? I'm on like electric. My wrist well froze up like a computer glitch. I'm drinking 151 Caribou Blue. Take 9, don't get it jumping like a kangaroo. Is it your birthday? Let's go and have a shot or two. My partner grew you, put me on to something new. Snuck in a gallon of lemonade from Chick-fil-A. Mix it up with this rock and we gon' parlay. I'm looking for a hot girl that like to, hey baby, come out and play and let me see you shake it just the way. That Patron clear day, I'm on it hard, getting lit with my dogs, having a party with these dogs. I'm on. Strong, I just took them shots to the dawn, I'm gone.
What's up, cuz? I see you. Johnny come lately as always, but it's okay. I got nothing but love for you.
Them shots to the dawn, I'm gone. Pop another bottle, get this party to cracking. All these Barbie doll models make the champ start matching. 550.
Woo! Yeah, that took me back, man, to my days when I could drink. I used to get a GPO, Grey Goose, Patron, and orange juice. That was the only way I drank clear liquor. That was it. So, but that's neither here nor there because I can't drink anymore. So my cuz Mark just hopped on. What's up, cuz? I see you. None but love. Yeah. So I have a ton of cousins. Before I get ready to go, I'm gonna just say this one last thing. And cuz jumping on reminded me. I have a ton of cousins. We all have different personalities. We don't see each other as much as we used to, but I will tell you this one thing. So I have cousins, my mom's side, dad's side, and it's funny when your family is from a little bitty town where your families kind of intermix. Um, I was down in Louisiana riding around with my cousin Mark. He had this old maroon Caprice Classic, right? Love that car. Had a motor out of this world, but my cousin Mark, he's a mechanic. I don't know what he did to it, but that motor was a beast. Now the windshield wipers didn't work, the AC didn't work, but the motor was a beast. But we was rolling around. We ran into some other cousins, and we all just linked up. And man, that was like one of the best times I've ever had. And we didn't do nothing. So I say this because, and cuz reminded me, because it's one of those things where we have to use the people around us to get past the stuff in our life. Like I said, I've been going through a lot, but Shimmy, Arbra, Mo, you know, Q with his scatterbrain ass. Um, I appreciate them just talking through it. Most of them didn't even know, but just them, the conversations. And that they're not the only ones. There's a ton of people that I have in my life that I talk to on a regular basis that have helped me get through a lot. And to all the people out there that have helped me get through stuff, whether it was with my illness or work or whatever the case is, I want to take the time and say, I appreciate you. Thank you. And with that being said, your boy is out. Y'all have a great night. And I'll see y'all Friday. All right? Peace.